On day 1, I spawned in as a baby blood dragon. Whoa, where am I? I was in some kind of ritual circle, but I was completely alone. What happened here? Suddenly, I heard strange growling in the distance. Ah! Who goes there? A huge, terrifying monster appeared from the brush. Whoa, what are you?
Oh, him? Well, that's the blood demon. Beautiful creature, isn't he? Once I'm done with him, I will absorb his essence and gain his powers.
Another blood entity? That makes him like my brother.
You better say goodbye to your brother then. Eventually, I will absorb the power of all the blood creatures, and then I, King Orpheus, will be the most powerful being in the world.
Wait, how many blood creatures are there?
There's the blood golem, the blood villager, blood creature, blood skeleton horse, and many, many more. They will soon all be mine.
Not if I can help it. I'm gonna track them all down and keep them safe from you.
Good luck with that. I'd absorb you now, but you're not plump enough.
With that, he left, and the monster charged at me. He was way too powerful for me to fight as a baby, so I had to fly away. Hey Max Crafters, before we go any further, I've got to tell you about this awesome game I've been playing, Honkai Impact 3rd. It's filled with thrilling battles and touching stories that keep me invested in the characters. Now things are heating up with version 6.3. In the latest chapter, Bronya will transform into her most powerful form yet, the Hersher of Truth. You don't want to miss it. There will also be a brand new featured event, Bustling Holiday Symphony. Participating will unlock even more story events. With new updates comes new outfits. Griseo has an all-new look. Her maroon riding hood transforms our painter to a fairy tale character. Carol also has an awesome new outfit. I haven't mentioned the most exciting part, a brand new anime special. Premiering January 20th with 2 episodes, this is an event you'll need to see. Just check out this awesome poster. The Spring Festival in the Golden Courtyard is going to be tons of fun, so don't miss out. Download the game now to redeem the gift code TRUE63 and get 30 crystals, 2,888 asterite, and a Hersher trial card for free. Thanks Honkai Impact 3rd for sponsoring this video. After flying for what felt like miles, I was finally in the clear. Phew, that was a close one. Wait, whoa! I realized I was at the top of a high cliff, overlooking an ancient abandoned village. Huh, this whole world seems to be destroyed and abandoned. I wonder what happened here. I hopped down to explore the area a little more. Hello? Hello? There was nobody to be found in the whole town. Well, when in Rome, I started scavenging the houses for supplies, and was able to find wood, cobblestone, a stone pickaxe, and some food. Sweet! That's everything I need to get started on my base. I used the supplies I'd gathered to construct myself a simple structure on top of the mountain. It ain't much, but it's mine. On day 3, I went out searching for other blood entities, but I didn't know where to start. I got a funny feeling that started leading me in a direction. Huh, I think I'm getting warmer. Suddenly, I heard a kitty crying out for help. I ran in closer to the sound and found what looked like a blood cat surrounded by 2 strange pale dudes. Huh, that was easy. I'm coming! The people started to attack the cat, so I sprang into action. I was running in when I suddenly sneezed and fire came out. Achoo! Whoa, that could help. I started blasting dudes with my fire breath, and they were pretty tough, but not as tough as they looked. It seemed like maybe they hadn't eaten in a while. They kept shooting at me with their blue fire, but my fire was stronger. After a lot of fighting, I targeted one and managed to kill it. Ha! Gotcha!
Ah! I'm out of here!
The other guy seemed pretty spooked and he ran off into the woods. Phew! Not bad for my first fight. You okay, friend? Suddenly, I gained 5 hearts from defeating those guys and grew into a full-size dragon.
Yeah, Whoa! Well, that was crazy! How'd you do that? Weren't you a baby a second ago?
Yeah, I don't really know. Stuff like that seems to happen to me a lot. Hey, do you want to come live at my base?
Yeah, sure. Us blood entities gotta stick together. My name is Blair, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Blair. On days 4 through 7, I made it back to the base with Blair. Hey, do you care if I test out my new wings real quick?
Go for it.
I took to the skies, exploring high above the clouds. It was so beautiful. As an adult, I could soar with ease. This is amazing! I didn't want to stop, but I knew I needed to explain what was happening to Blair. After some time in the air, I touch back down to talk to her. So basically, this crazy evil-looking dude is rounding up all of the blood entities to kill them and take their power.
Oh no!
Yeah, part of me feels like they're my brothers and sisters. So I think I need to help them.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. There's a special connection between all blood entities. We also have a special ability to help us find each other.
Really? How?
Just follow the smell of blood and you can find your siblings. You were probably already using it to find me. You just didn't even know it.
Oh yeah, I did feel like something was drawing me towards you.
Exactly.
Thanks for the tip. By the way, do you know what happened to this world? It seems like everything is abandoned.
All I know is that I too was born alone like you. I ventured far and wide, hoping to find others like me, but all I found was abandoned houses and empty villages. One day, though, I stumbled upon something that scared me to my very core.
What? What?
I'm getting to it! Jeez! It was a monster, so hideous and terrifying that I could barely stand to look at it. I know it's still out there somewhere, lurking in the shadows.
Well, that's terrifying. I hope I don't have to fight it one day. After the conversation was over, I expanded the base to account for my new size. Then built a room for Blair to let her get settled in.
Thanks!
After that, I went out mining for iron and crafted myself some armor to prepare to set out. Once I was ready to go, I followed my nose to search for more blood entities. On days 8 through 10, my trusty nose led me to a cool abandoned cathedral. I entered the area and began snooping around, hoping that I'd be able to find some of my siblings. Hello? Is anyone here? During the search, I stumbled across an area where a strange ritual may have taken place. In the center lay a blood crystal. This must have been what my nose was picking up. Upon picking up the magic item, a vision of the past surged into my brain. It was in the same room, before it was destroyed. A villager was there, performing a ritual.
Lorem ipsum dolor sit emet.
Ah, foolish mortal. You think that ritual will stop me?
You can't pass my threshold unless I invite you in, vampire.
That is nothing but a foolish wives' tale.
Begone, foul beast of the night.
You think you can stop us? Nothing will stop us. We are gaining power by the day, and soon we will take over the world.
As the vision ended, I began absorbing the essence within the item, giving me a whole new power and 5 more hearts. What does this do? I tested it out on some zombies and it allowed me to summon friendly swords to aid me in combat. Huh. So the world is like this because the vampires took over? Well, I didn't find any blood friends, but at least I got some more info and this new power. On days 11 through 12, I kept following my nose to find blood dudes, but I ran into something strange instead. What in the world? It was some strange dude performing another weird blood ritual in a strange black biome. Ah, there's too much bloody stuff around. My nose can't tell the difference. Suddenly, the strange dude spotted me from afar and ran up to me. Whoa there, buddy. What do you think you're doing?
Blood dragon! Blood dragon!
Yeah, that's me.
The Endless One seeks you! The Endless One!
The Endless One? Who the heck is that?
You do not know? Creator! Creator!
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
I will take you to the Endless One and he will love me! Ah! Doopy-doopy-doo!
He started to attack me, and I was forced to defend myself. He shot at me with magic arrows, and I shot back with my fireballs. I used my Sword of Souls against him, and I was making short work of him until suddenly he started chanting some weird words.
Goobus, doobus, brubus!
Gas started appearing everywhere and attacking me. I focused my attention on the gas as we shot fireballs back and forth at each other. Their screams were deafening, but I was able to slowly take them out one by one. Once the gas were all dead, it was just the two of us once again. Eventually, I was able to kill him, and he dropped a cool scythe. I grabbed the weapon just in time to be teleported back to where I was. Huh, that was really weird. Who could this Endless guy be? On days 13 through 15, my nose had led me to an old decrepit stadium. Walking into the stadium, I noticed a ragtag group of strange creatures occupying the arena. It looked like they were all placing bets on something. Huh, what is going on here? Suddenly, a loud voice filled the corridors of the arena. A large Easter Island-like golem was shouting about a fight.
Step right up, folks. The next fight is about to begin. In this corner, we have the reigning champion, the Armored Baron. And in the opposite corner, we have the one and only Blood Enderman.
Enderman! I gotta get over there to warn him. I tried to make my way over, but another big, weird-looking Easter golem blocked my way.
Nobody gets on the field until the fight is over.
Fine. I found a nice spot with a great view, but then a big old dude sat down directly in front of me. Hey, down in front! I knew I shouldn't start beef with him, so I got up and found a new seat. Once I had a good view of the arena, I watched as the fight unfolded. The Baron was a master of brute strength, striking powerful blows with his beefy mace hand, whereas the Blood Enderman was an expert marksman. He had honed his blood powers and was bombarding the Baron with his blood spray and keeping his distance with his ender powers. As I watched, it seemed like the armored Baron was getting the upper hand until the Enderman came in from behind and took the win for himself.
Well, there you go, folks. Congratulations to our new champion, the Blood Enderman!
Okay, now I gotta get down there and talk to him. As I was making my way over, suddenly King Orpheus flew down from above and approached the Enderman.
Congratulations, Blood Enderman. You've won the opportunity to be absorbed by me.
No! Before I could make a move, the Blood Enderman was absorbed by the king, killing him in an instant.
Your power is mine.
Once he was finished draining the Enderman's energy, he grew bigger in size, making him stronger than before. You monster! He then flew right over to me.
You're too late. Soon I will become the most powerful blood entity of them all, the Blood Vampire.
Wait, King Orpheus, you're the king of the vampires?
Of course. Didn't I mention?
Before I could say anything else, he flew off into the distance. So Orpheus is the one responsible for destroying the world. I should have known. All the more reason why I need to stop him. On days 20 through 23, I returned to my base feeling defeated. Just then, Blair came up to me to see what was wrong.
Hey Max, you alright? Did you have any luck finding other blood creatures?
Well, I managed to find a Blood Enderman, but King Orpheus got to him before I could. It also turns out he's the king of the vampires.
Then we have to stop him.
Agreed. To be better prepared for the king's power, we began building up the base to be even taller. The plan was to create a giant tower to see even further beyond the horizon. At the top of the tower, I began preparing a ritual area just in case I would need it in the future. Afterwards, I began digging down below the tower to create myself a dragon den. Luckily for me, a giant cave was already there waiting for me. That's convenient. To finish things off, I went mining and found more iron to finish my iron armor and iron tools. I think that's enough work for the night. During the night, I couldn't get any amount of sleep as I couldn't stop thinking about King Orpheus and how to stop him. If that Vampire King is out there getting stronger by the day, I have no time to rest. With that, I set off for my base in search of more ways to get stronger. As I flew over the lands, I couldn't help but use my nose as a guide to find more blood creatures. If anyone can help me, it's one of my own kind. I managed to capture a scent that led me to another abandoned area with a giant ritual circle. This looks similar to my spawn location. As I made my way towards the center, I spotted another blood crystal. I wonder what happened here. I picked up the crystal and it suddenly opened a vision of the past.
The ritual is almost complete, Endless One.
Good. Initiate the final phase.
Lorem ipsum dolor sit-amet. Lorem ipsum dolor sit-amet. Lorem ipsum dolor sit-amet.
Huh. Looks like one of my siblings was created right here, just like I was. I guess maybe this Endless One was the one who created us? Suddenly, I absorbed the blood crystal's power, granting me 5 extra hearts. Whoa, nice! I'm much stronger now. Unfortunately, my achievement was abruptly interrupted by a disciple. They shot me with a poison arrow that took me down to the ground, and everything went black. Sometime later, I woke up in the nether disoriented. What? Where am I? I was standing in the center of another ritual circle, surrounded by the Endless One and his disciples.
You are in my domain, young one.
Right. You must be this Endless One everyone's talking about.
I am known by many names, but that is certainly one of them.
So you created me, right?
Yes, you and all the other blood entities are my children. Unfortunately, the vampires have taken the overworld, and the fools have been so successful that they're running out of blood to suck.
What does that mean for us blood entities?
Well, since the Vampire King can't feed his people, he is rounding up all of my precious blood entities and absorbing their power. If we allow him to become the Blood Vampire, he will be able to feed his children for all eternity. I need you and all the other blood entities to stay here with me where I can protect you.
Wait, but I can't stay here. I've made it my mission to find as many of my blood brothers and sisters as possible. Let me help you.
Okay, I will send you out on this quest, as long as you promise to bring all of the blood entities to me as you find them.
Deal.
Here, let me bestow you with my unholy blessing. It will help you in your quest.
Okay. He bestowed me with his blessing, granting me a bloody power and bow. Cool. Thanks, Dad.
Don't call me that.
On days 30 through 33, I arrived at home to fill Blair in on my encounter with the Endless One.
He sounds amazing. I'd like to meet him someday.
I think you will. I tried out the Endless One's unholy blessing and realized it allowed me to transform blocks into bloody ones. This is perfect for decoration. I transformed some stone and wood and used my new materials to give the base a more blood dragon feel. I hope this tower will serve as a beacon to attract other blood entities to me. Suddenly, a little blood bird flew up to me. Oh, hello.
Hello, I'm Blake. I've been following your scent for miles. I'm so happy to see you.
Where did you come from?
There's a vampire base just to the west of here. I was trapped there. I managed to escape, but they still have more blood creatures trapped inside.
That's horrible! We have to go save them, right now!
No, the vampires are too powerful for you. You gotta go back when you're stronger.
If you say so. For the time being, I decided to introduce Blake to Blair. Are you sure you won't eat him? He is a bird after all.
Nah, he's my brother, so he gets a pass.
Then welcome to the team, Blake. I quickly got to work on an additional side tower to be used as a room for Blake. Once I finally finished it up, Blair came up to me.
You, me, and Blake should look for blood creatures together. With our powers combined, it'll be a breeze.
Sounds like a plan to me. On days 34 through 36, I set off with Blair and Blake in search of more blood entities to join our cause. I flew up high, while Blake flew low and Blair took the ground. Suddenly, all three of us caught a scent at the same time. It's this way, follow me! I took off in the direction of the smell, but unfortunately for us, we ran into a horde of vampires headed in the same direction.
Uh-oh, guys, we've got company!
I swooped down and began to defend my friends from the vampiric attack. Blair and Blake were too small to fight, so they found a place to hide. The vampires had the ability to send raging blue fireballs at me in the sky. I retaliated with fireballs of my own, scorching my enemies and the ground below me. Since Blair and Blake were hiding, I could let loose without any fear. I used everything in my arsenal to take down the horde of vampires until they finally started to dwindle in numbers. After a difficult fight, I managed to emerge victorious. Upon their death, they dropped a note. A team of blood entities is occupying the village up north. Pursue them immediately. King Orpheus. Team, let's keep moving. We all reassumed formation and continued heading north. We had to get there before King Orpheus could. On days 37 through 40, we arrived at the abandoned village. There were no signs of life anywhere, but our noses told us it must be the place. All right, gang, let's split up and look for clues.
You got it.
You got it.
I was searching around the town when I suddenly heard Blake shouting,
Help!
I'm coming! I got closer, and everything seemed to be fine. I saw Blake chatting with someone, but I couldn't see who it was.
Sorry for being scared. I've just never seen a golem like you before. Nice to meet you, brothers.
I turned the corner to discover he was talking to a blood villager and blood golem. Whoa, 2 for 1! You must be the team we've been hearing about.
Yep, once the vampires came in and ravaged the area, we were the only 2 survivors left in the village, so we had to team up together.
Well, you look like you make a good team.
We do. What brings you here?
So basically we're searching out all the blood creatures to try and keep you safe. King Orpheus is after you, and the Endless One wants you back in the Nether.
Well, he has always been a benevolent god to us. Alright, let's do it.
Great!
How do we get there?
Well, we gotta perform a ritual. On days 41 through 43, I prepared myself to perform a ritual to send the blood creatures home. I used my unholy blessing to create a ritual circle and began to recite the blood chants. I had to be careful not to mess it up or I'd ruin the whole spell. Lorem ipsum dolor. Bibble, bobble, flibble, flobble? Suddenly, the ritual went wrong, summoning a giant evil ender hydra. Ah! The beast attacked us, leaving me no choice but to defend the group. Luckily, they all joined in the fight too. He was super tough and shot explosive fireballs. We all swarmed around the hydra and started working together to wear him down. He had 3 heads, but we had more. He had fire resistance too, but my soul scythe and sword of souls were very effective against him. Thanks to our teamwork, we managed to defeat the terrifying ender hydra. Ooh, thanks guys. That would have been tough alone.
I'll take over the ritual from here. Bibble, bobble, fibble, fobble.
Thanks to Blair's correction, the ritual was a success. The blood creatures began to teleport away.
Thank you for everything, Max. Oh, and don't forget to help the others at the vampire base.
Oh yeah, I will. Blake then teleported back as well, completing the blood ritual. On days 44 through 47, Blair and I arrived back at the base. Alright, I gotta go check out that vampire base.
Good luck with that, buddy.
I traveled into the west where Blake told me to go, and eventually I came across a creepy crypt that was swarming with vampires. This must be the place. From far away, I could hear two of them talking.
I can't believe we found that blood creeper. King Orpheus is gonna be so happy.
I know. He's on his way now.
Uh-oh. I looked over at their creeper pen, and I spotted the blood creeper among them. I was about to make a move when I was spotted by the vampires.
Blood dragon! Blood dragon!
I gotta get through these guys before Orpheus gets here. I sprung into action, fighting my way through the vampires. They all shot at me with their magic blasts, but I swooped through the air, dodging them. I shot at them with my fireballs, and they did a fair amount of damage. They all swarmed after me, but I was too quick for them. A few times, their flurry of blasts were able to hit me pretty good, but I shook it off pretty easily. Finally, I was able to take them all out, and I noticed that one of them had dropped a note from the king. Continue the search for the legendary blood biome, where we will build our grand fortress of blood. Blood biome? Huh? Sounds like something to keep an eye out for. I ran towards the creeper pen to let out the blood creeper. Just as I was about to reach him, King Orpheus swooped in. Oh no!
Once again, you're late, fool.
The king began absorbing the blood creeper's life force and killed him. No! On days 48 through 51, I returned home feeling defeated. I lost another one, Blair! I'm a horrible defender.
Hey, don't worry. Can't always win.
Even so, I have to get stronger. King Orpheus's power is growing by the minute.
Well, if you're looking to get strong quick, I seek out the legendary blood tree. It's said it only resides within the blood biome.
Blood biome? Orpheus is seeking this out too. I have to get there before he does. The two of us needed to prepare for our search, so I started by going mining for some diamonds. Luckily, I was able to score enough to craft myself and Blair some armor. Next, I built up our base a bit more in case more blood entities were seeking us out. While I was at it, I also embellished the base with even more bloody decorations. With that, the expansion was complete. Not too shabby. Now it's time to find that blood biome.
I want to come too.
Sure. The two of us set off on our quest, unaware that our toughest challenge yet laid ahead. On days 52 through 55, Blair and I were passing through a swamp in search of the blood biome. Suddenly, a witch appeared.
Hey, you stole my cat!
Nuh-uh, Blair's her own woman.
Actually, I did spend some time with this witch. She's a nut job.
Oh boy.
Give me back my kitty cat!
Without another word, the witch began attacking us. We knew Blair was her main target, so she hid up in a tree while I did the fighting. The witch tossed splash potions at me, and I retaliated with my scythe. I slashed her down the best I could while also using my Sword of Souls to rack up some quick damage. Whenever she got too close, I would spit fire breath at her to keep her at bay. Thanks to all of my abilities, I was doing good damage to her.
Hold still!
The witch drank a potion and transformed into a huge gargoyle. In her new form, the witch was not only stronger, but also had the ability to fly. She spat out fireballs of her own at me, as well as electrifying orbs of power. I did my best to evade her attacks in the sky and continue my onslaught. I had to be careful, otherwise I would end up getting overwhelmed by her raw strength. The two of us went back and forth, but gradually I gained the upper hand. With one final blow, I managed to take down the witch, returning her to her original form.
No! My kitty! You'll regret stealing my pet!
The witch threw a potion on the ground and disappeared. I sure hope that isn't a problem later. On days 56 through 58, Blair and I caught the biggest whiff of blood we had ever smelt.
Is that?
It's gotta be. The two of us followed the smell to discover a massive bloody landscape. The blood biome was real. Whoa, it's beautiful. I looked over the landscape and spotted a massive blood tree. But unfortunately for us, a fortress was already being built around it. Dang it! Orpheus is always a step ahead of me. How am I supposed to get to the blood tree now?
Oh, I'll distract those vampires while you get in close to the tree.
Sounds like a plan. Blair ran in towards the vampires, while I moved into position and waited.
Hey, vampires! I'm a tasty blood creature. Ooh, don't you want me?
Get him.
The horde of vampires began to pursue Blair, giving me my chance to fly in close to the tree. Alright, Time to find out what secrets this tree holds. On days 59 through 62, I was standing before the mystical blood tree. Now what? It's not like a tree can talk.
Yes.
Whoa, you can! Can you make me stronger?
Yes. Take this branch.
What do I do with it?
Eat it.
Ew! You want me to eat a stick?
Yes.
Ugh, fine. I swallowed the stick, and to my surprise, gained 5 hearts as well as a strength buff. Wow, thank you!
Hey, the blood dragon is talking to the tree.
I turned around and realized vampires were heading right towards me with the intent to kill. The swarm of vampires began to shoot blue flames at me into the sky above. I retaliated with my fire breath and tried to level them down with my own brute strength. Thanks to all my training up to this point, I managed to take most of them out. Once only the leader remained, he casted a spell on himself, transforming into a horrible monster. Time for round 2. In his new form, the vampire had massive blades for arms and the ability to super jump. He bombarded me with powerful attacks and tried to overwhelm me up close. Not only was he powerful, but he also seemed impervious to my fire attacks. I changed my course of action and began to slice him down with my scythe and Sword of Souls. If I hadn't gotten my upgrade from the tree, I would have been finished. With my new strength, I managed to take out the powerful vampire. After that, I returned to the tree.
You are worthy. The king is coming.
The tree dropped a staff of voltage before me.
Save them. All of them.
What about you?
When he arrives, my essence will fade.
He's gonna start absorbing you. I can't let that happen.
Return stronger. Time is running out.
I can save you if I just dig you out of here somehow.
Go.
Okay. On days 63 through 66, I took to the skies and looked for Blair. Eventually, I spotted her surrounded by a group of thugs.
Those vampires didn't know what they were getting into when they messed with us.
Thanks for the help, boys.
Blair, are you okay?
Who is this punk?
Who am I? Who are you?
We're the rough and rowdy riders, we are, and we just saved this cat's life.
Oh, okay. Well,
Seems like this punk doesn't think we're the rowdiest rough-riding boys round these parts. What do you think, boys?
I think we ought to rough him up.
Wait, no, he's cool.
Get him, boys!
The demons swarmed me and all began to shoot flaming explosives in my direction. They weren't all just talk, they all had some bite to back them up. I had to be careful not to get hit by too many of their projectiles, otherwise it could have been trouble. I used my fireballs as well as my wand of voltage to try and shoot them down. Whenever they got too close, I slashed away with my scythe for extra damage. I didn't want to hurt them, but I accidentally knocked a couple of them out.
He's too rowdy! He's too rowdy!
Now that the demons had seen my strength, we called it a truce.
Mad respect, dude. If you need any help from the rough and rowdy riders, then call us up.
Whoa, thanks guys! On days 67 through 70, I followed my nose to find another blood creature to help. Eventually, I discovered a strange, foggy area. This place is very creepy. I used my nose to get my way through the fog until I was met with a dead end. The trail ends here, but there's nobody around. I took a few steps forward only to fall into a hole in the ground. It was a trap.
Haha, I got one. Time to tell the king.
He then used magic to cover the hole with obsidian. I tried to mine my way out of the cave, but it too was lined with obsidian. There was no way to escape. No! It can't end like this! Suddenly, my nose picked up the same scent from earlier. I followed it and discovered a blood spider.
Another bloody entity? Looks like we'll share the same fate.
No, I promise I'll get us out of here.
I already tried. We're trapped. King Orpheus will be here soon.
Then I better think fast. On day 71, the trap opened up, and to our surprise, Orpheus wasn't there.
I can't help myself, I'm too hungry. King Orpheus won't mind me having a little taste.
Now's our chance! I quickly flew out of the hole, enraging the vampire.
Ah! Get back here!
The vampire super jumped out of the hole and transformed into a horrible creature. Ah! The mutated vampire was able to shoot orbs of plasmic energy and move quickly with its 4 spindly legs. I used my staff of voltage to zap him down bit by bit, as well as my sword of souls to send homing blades in his direction. As it shot more and more projectiles at me, I got an idea. I began to deflect his own plasmic attacks back at him, hurting him more and more. Wow, this is fun! After a difficult battle, I managed to take out the vampire. Hey, come on up so I can fly you out of here.
No way, I'm scared of heights.
Huh. Well, how about I perform a ritual so we can teleport to the Endless One?
That's even worse!
I promise it'll be okay. The Endless One is our dad.
Fine.
With our agreement made, I set up a ritual circle and teleported the both of us to the Endless One. Hi, Dad.
What are you doing here?
We were trapped, and we needed a way out. Can you send me back to my base?
You got it, buddy. Thanks for the spider.
Anytime. On days 72 through 73, I reappeared near the base in a ritual circle and noticed a sales demon passing by.
Oh, excuse me, sir. Could I take a moment of your time?
Sure?
I'm the merch maniac. Would you like to check out my wares?
What do you have?
Oh, just a bunch of t-shirts and sweatshirts with my name and face on them.
Why would I buy those when I have my own t-shirts and sweatshirts with my name and my face on them?
Link in the description. Check it out.
Buy my merch!
The merch maniac became enraged and attacked me. He shot wither skulls at me, which exploded on impact. So I took to the sky to try and evade his attacks. As he shot away, I retaliated with my own abilities, shooting fireballs and shots of lightning from my wand. Luckily for me, the sales demon was a pushover. I managed to take out the eccentric sales demon with these, leaving nothing but a strange note behind. The blood bat didn't buy a single one of my wares. The next blood entity that refuses will face my wrath. Bloodbat? Maybe they're not too far from here. I decided to seek out the Bloodbat at night and in the meantime work on my base. I started by adding a blood fountain, but I liked it so much I decided to make another one. This one I added a garden full of bloody plants to go around it. While I was at it, I added some magic flame torches for light. Lastly, I added blood fences on the walls and decorated the outside of the tower with smaller details. As the sun began to set, I had officially completed my expansion. Time to look for that Bloodbat. On days 74 through 77, I sought out the Bloodbat. My nose eventually led me to a spooky-looking cave. This looks promising. When I entered, I discovered the place was full of bats, and waiting in the far corner was none other than the Bloodbat. Hey, brother, come with me. It's dangerous to be alone.
Run away.
What?
Go, now. They're all vampire bats.
Like clockwork, they all started to attack me. They all began to swarm me. Thanks to their wings, they were able to intercept me in the sky, but I tried my best to keep them at bay. They bit me with their sharp fangs as I hit them down with a variety of attacks. I used my flames in combination with my wand and scythe to mow down the enemies. They didn't stand a chance against my dragon might. After a long battle, I was able to overpower the horde of bats. You okay, buddy? Head over to my base and my friend Blair will help you.
Thank you so much.
As I was heading back to the base, I began hearing loud rumbling stomps nearby. I wonder what huge creature that could be. I investigated the source of the noise to eventually run into Giant Alex. Whoa! Haven't I met you before?
Sorry, I don't think I know any dragons, especially not a blood dragon.
Oh, right. Sorry. I was you for 100 days a while back. My mistake.
Excuse me?
Oh, nothing. So you're a blood entity, right?
Who, me? But I do have a buddy who you might want to meet instead. He's the giant blood skeleton.
Oh yeah, I remember him from my vision. Where do I find him? Giant Alex then dropped me a map to his location, giving me a huge lead on where to go next. Thanks, Alex. I left in a hurry to find the giant blood skeleton before Orpheus does. Little did I know, I was being closely watched by a vampire bat nearby. On days 82 through 86, I flew through the skies in search of the giant blood skeleton. I followed the map Giant Alex gave me until finally arriving at a beautiful medieval mansion. That's a strange place for a giant blood skeleton. I made my way inside the structure to find none other than the giant blood skeleton. Hello?
Oh? Hi there! Welcome, welcome, fellow blood brother. Would you care for some piping hot tea?
Oh, no thank you. I was actually in a bit of a hurry.
Is that right? What's troubling you, little man?
Well, I'm here looking for blood entities to help keep them safe from the Vampire King.
Vampire King, huh?
Yeah, we need to get you somewhere safe before he absorbs you and gains a ton of power.
Hey, man. Have you seen where I live? This place is a fortress!
Just then, a nearby wall blasted open. It was King Orpheus alongside a huge demon creature.
I should have reinforced those walls a bit better.
That's the Vampire King! You've got to get out of here! I went out to deal with the huge demonic monster, while King Orpheus charged at the blood skeleton. The beast wielded a giant shield in one hand and a powerful mace in the other. With his massive weapons, he was able to defend himself from my attacks while also hitting me with his own. His shield was enchanted with demonic magic that allowed him to shoot fireballs at me. I did my best to land hits on him, while also evading his attacks in the sky. Thankfully, I had grown much stronger, so much so that his attacks did almost no damage. I managed to take out his shield, leaving him defenseless. This was the perfect time for me to go in close and land the killing blow. Eventually, I was able to take down the beast, but unfortunately, that gave King Orpheus enough time to defeat the giant blood skeleton and absorb him. No! Orpheus then transformed into a giant demonic blood monster.
Now I am unstoppable. You know what? I think it's about time I absorbed you too. Get over here, Blood Dragon.
With the Vampire King now more powerful than ever, I ran for my life, managing to barely escape his grasp. On days 87 through 90, after my narrow escape with Orpheus, I retreated back to my base only to find the witch was already there waiting for me. What are you doing here?
I said you would regret crossing me. Face the wrath of my new pet!
The witch used magic to conjure a giant blood zombie after me. Wait, stop! I can help you! You're a blood creature, right?
Oh yeah, I am. Sorry, bro.
No! Bad pet! I'll take care of this myself!
The witch casted a spell, teleporting Blair to her on a lead. What are you doing to Blair?
The kitty cat is mine! I'm going to take her right to Orpheus and get me a better one.
He's gonna give you a better cat?
Yeah! He's gonna be bigger and not bloody at all!
Get over here! Before I could save my sister, the witch vanished. Blair! That's it! Time to end this! On days 91 through 94, I wanted to save Blair before it was too late, but I knew I couldn't go in blindly. I needed to prepare first. I started by doing some mining and managed to find more diamond, which I used to craft some armor for myself. Let's see King Orpheus defeat me now! With myself geared up, I decided it was finally time to complete the base. I needed to make sure any lost blood creatures could find their way here while I was away. I started by adding even more height to the main tower, so it pierced through the clouds for all to follow. Next, I added embellishments to the base so that it really stood out on its own. For the finishing touches, I added a red beacon to the very top, completing my epic blood tower build. If only Blair could see this. I prepared myself for the journey ahead, when suddenly the blood golem approached me. Blood golem? Aren't you supposed to be with Dad?
The Endless One wanted to speak, so he sent me to get you.
I'm busy. I need to save Blair now.
Do you even know how to get inside the fortress undetected?
No.
Come with me.
On days 95 through 98, I arrived in the Nether with the blood golem. There, my dad was waiting for me with all the other entities I had saved on my journey.
Max, I wanted to thank you for all of your help. You managed to save so many of your brothers and sisters.
I saved a lot of them, but not Blair. I'm too sad to be proud.
It's not too late to save her too, and I have just the thing to help you. The only catch is we must perform a ritual first.
Then let's not waste another second. All of my brothers and sisters began to perform a ritual on me. I could feel all of their power slowly transmitting into me.
Lorem ipsum dolor sit-amit. Lorem ipsum dolor sit-amit.
By the end of the ritual, I had gained 5 hearts and the axe of 1,000 medals. Whoa, I feel so much stronger.
With this power, you will have everything you need to take down Orpheus. We believe in you, Max.
Thank you for everything. On day 99, I returned to the overworld and made my way back towards the Blood Tree. When I arrived, I found that the vampires had completed their fortress. I'm coming for you, Blair! I landed in front of the fortress and was met with an army of vampire goons. It was time to begin the final battle. I fought my way through goon after goon, but I was so powerful now that normal vampires didn't stand a chance. They dropped like flies, but before I could go any deeper, the blood demon from day 1 arrived. Please let me through! We're brothers!
The king's word is law.
The blood demon charged at me with all of his might. King Orpheus had already taken control of him as his very own pet. I had no choice but to fight back. The blood demon was powerful and was able to send explosive attacks at me that dealt a good bit of damage. I had to be careful not to get hit too often, otherwise I was toast. I retaliated with my axe of 1,000 metals, tearing the earth beneath us and dealing loads of damage. I also used my Sword of Souls to summon blades to do my bidding, but even with my new powers, the Blood Demon wouldn't back down.
The king's word is law!
Despite all of my power, the battle was becoming fruitless, and I was running out of time. Please, I need help!
Did someone call?
Suddenly, the rough and rowdy riders arrived and began to take on the Blood Demon themselves.
Hurry up and save Blair! We got this guy!
Thank you! On day 100, I arrived inside of the vampire's fortress. There, Blair was trapped inside of a cage with the witch next to her. Let my sister go!
No! You're not standing between me and a new kitty!
The witch charged me full speed, but unfortunately for her, I had grown much more powerful since our last encounter. Using my blood dragon strength, I took her down once and for all. Blair, I'm coming! King Orpheus suddenly descended from above.
I'm afraid our little rivalry ends here. Once I drain the power from this blood tree, no blood entity will be able to stop me. I'll take out all of them, starting with you.
The king conjured all of his power, transforming him into the ultimate vampire king. The two of us took to the skies and began the final battle. It was blood creature against vampire, and I wasn't about to lose here. I used my new axe of 1,000 metals to tear into King Orpheus while he retaliated with attacks of his own. He was able to send a variety of fireballs at me, and I did my best to dodge and weave them. Whenever I was beginning to get overwhelmed, I gained a bit of distance and sent fireballs of my own at him from afar. The two of us went back and forth. It was anyone's game. Unfortunately for King Orpheus, he couldn't outmatch the power of a blood dragon. With a final blow, I took down King Orpheus once and for all. I did it! I rushed to Blair's side and freed her from her cage. The blood entities were saved. Woohoo! Don't forget to download Honkai Impact 3rd using the link in the description and use this gift code to receive tons of free goodies. Thanks Honkai Impact 3rd for sponsoring this video.